rough. I'm looking a little rough, but had a busy day Sunday. I worked all day Sunday, and I chilled yesterday, and kind of went to work a little bit today. But you know, I've been doing a lot of grinding in the dirt type stuff, so I ain't been really trying to spruce anything up. But so I'm in training to be an ombudsman. An ombudsman is basically an investigator, which is what I want to be. Um, and basically, you can be an ombudsman for all kind of entities, but of course, I'm in the healthcare because my degree is in health administration. Now, this job is particularly for old folks' homes. So, for your great grandmothers who are living in old folks' home, they might not be getting the treatment that you're supposed to be getting. So, they would call on, a mediator between, uh, the resident and the healthcare center to, try to figure out what the problem is. It could be anything from, you know, May May ain't getting her showers on time. She ain't, or somebody's talking to her wrong, or uh, her health care isn't getting taken care of in the financial area. She feels like she's getting ripped off. She's not getting her snacks. She's not getting any outside time. Just a list of complaints, and I mean a whole lot of them. That could happen, and then what would happen is the ombudsman would come in and would go to May May. What up, May May? What it do? And May May would tell me what the problem is. And it could be just as simple as, looking at her schedule when she takes a shower, and she just might have to take a shower at a different time. It's basically what she's questioning. She doesn't want to get up early in the morning. Okay, fine. Instead of getting up at 6, boom, take your showers on Thursday at 8 a.m. Boom. Problem solved. Some residents think they're gonna get kicked out if they tell that they're being mistreated. They think they could be kicked out in the street, which is 100% illegal. But this is what they think, and they don't have anybody to talk to. That's where I step in. Ombudsman to the rescue. I go talk to, the director of the resident, and the director and I hash it out, and then we go and have a meeting with the resident, and all three of us talk, and then boom, it's over with. So that's basically what it is, but of course there's a lot that goes into it. Uh, Now that job is 45 a year. So as you guys know, I'm on disability. I do my little hustling thing, but I'm on disability, so there's a lot of jobs I just can't do. I used to work in factories. I can't do that anymore. Not really the offices either. For a long time I have to sit down. I would have to sit down, stand up, sit down, stand up. Because of the car accident I was in. So I am on permanent disability too. So there's that. Now, you can tell, disability that you start working, go to work, and you still get disability up, to a certain, amount, whatever it is that you're making, or a certain amount of time, and then they go, okay, well, you no longer need disability, and it's probably true, you don't need it. But nonetheless, you're still disabled. You still can't do some jobs, just that you found a job that you might be able to do. So you try it for a couple months, and if it works, boom, okay, you get weeded off of it. If it doesn't work, then, you are definitely disabled. But they want you, the people who are disabled, if you can work, they want you to work. Because disability doesn't pay, it doesn't cover all my bills. All right, that's for one. So this means I had to get out and do something. And that's what was happening to me a year or two ago when I made that video. About a year ago, I said, I'm broke. I need money. I was already doing my little hustle thing, but it didn't catch on the way it's catching on now. You know what I'm saying? And the money that I was getting from that I still had to, I just wasn't getting enough, but now I'm kind of, I saved it. I don't go out and splurge. It's just, I mean, look at what I'm wearing. Look at the way I look. So, I don't go out and spend a bunch of money. I save all my money, including pennies. And I walk up and down the parking lot just looking for quarters, nickels, dimes, and pennies. And I find some every day. Every day I find a bunch of change just up and down in these parking lots. And I love it because I can get my exercise and I get these little pennies and quarters, nickels, dimes, and I hold on to them. So I learned my lesson. It can all go just like that. And so, yeah. But the biggest problem with not being on disability is the amenities that come with it. So let's just say that I do start making 45,000 a year, which is roughly around a little over 3,000 a month. I start doing the math on that and going, okay, my rent's 700, my light is 50, my gas is 50, but that'll all change because now I'm making 45 a year, so that'll just go to being regular. And I just got a light bill a couple months ago when I got off the program that I'm on now. I had to sign back up for it. That bill was $179. So if I just go just 150 and 150, thanks for the like. If I go 150, 100, that's $300 right there, plus your rent. So that's $1,000 just right there. And then when you my other bills, of course, I got my insurance, I got my internet bills, my phone bills, this, that, and the third. When I did all the calculations, you know, of course, I got somewhere like $1,700 worth of bills. Uh, so if I was making $3,000 a month, that leaves me with just under $1,500. That's just off the job. That's still not my hustles. So I mean, when I add on my hustles, what I'm saying, that of course that goes up, but that's just off the job. But the thing about it is, you start if you don't, I'll put it like this: 45 years, $22 an hour, right? And you would think that's enough for a single person to live off of, and it is. It is. Uh, and it is. It is enough for you to live off of, uh, but it's close. Yeah, it's close. Like I said, I'd still have a little over a grand, maybe about 1,200 that I can take and do what I want with. And for some people, that's comfortable. That's 1,200. That you can take 700 and put it in the bank, and a 600 and 500 and do whatever you want with. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. So, I mean, it's not terrible, but you know me, I always think rainy day and things along that line. So I'm like, if I can save $1,000 a month, if I can take $1,000 a month, and split it, 4 ways. Hey, what's happening, King Kong? If I can take $1,000 and split it 4 ways, you know, that's not terrible. That's not terrible at all. IRA, savings, stocks, and checking account. So that's not terrible. So yeah, I'm thinking about going ahead and going to work and seeing if I can work. And like I said, I'll still be doing my little side hustles, but I'm just not doing it as much. And another thing is my back is really hurting. I go to bed every day in pain. So I'm thinking about, I need to stop with what I'm doing. I was doing it so much. And another thing is ombudsman. You don't even need a degree, but it just helps that I have one. But an ombudsman, the pay for the top pay for an ombudsman is about 62 a year. Thanks for the like. So I like the fact that it's growing potential. And then when you start looking at other investigative jobs that are in healthcare, I mean, there's a lot of them out there. And another thing I like about it, if I just wanted to be an ombudsman and not work for anybody and just be a contractor, I now have the option to do that. So I study for my test Friday, and then I go ahead and take my test. And that's just a good thing about it is it's also an independent thing. So let's just say I try to work it and I can't work all the hours that they want me to, I can just go online, say that I'm an ombudsman, and people can just contract me out. And then, not only that, what I'm thinking about doing is getting certified in just a bunch of healthcare stuff that I can do, not like registered nursing or anything like that, because I can't work all those hours, but just things that I can go in, do, and get out. You know what I'm saying? I can go in, talk to Miss Abby. How you doing, Miss Abby? She tells me what her problem is. I go talk to the director. Boom, I'm out of there. So I could talk about German. I don't know what you mean by that, but yeah. So that's what that's the angle I'm really going for. I want to be an independent contractor, and yeah, I also wouldn't mind being leaving the country. Well, the thing about being a healthcare inspector, any kind of healthcare inspector, once you get into it, it's a deep well because healthcare is so deep. So if I did want to go to Germany and become some type of inspector over there, I absolutely could do it. I mean, Germans speak English. You don't have to go over there and speak German because I used to live there. And I went over there thinking that everybody speaks German and know English. No, they speak English. So, like I said, my goal is to be independent contractor. So, what I might do is right now they want me to be a volunteer, and I was like, man, I don't want to volunteer time because time is money. But now I'm thinking about it, just like, yeah, I could be a volunteer, and while I'm volunteering, while I'm volunteering, work on my website, and the more information and the more knowledge I get on how to be an ombudsman, and then other things, make that happen. Uh, Another thing is I want to get my master's degree. What I wanted to get it in is either one or two things. I wanted to get in either public health or I wanted to get it in epidemiology. I like epidemiology, but it's boring. And I like it because you're an investigator. You're a healthcare investigator, except you're investigating, I guess I can turn this off. Oh, I love that engine. Listen to that engine. That engine nice, ain't it? That engine nice, boy. Let me turn that engine nice. Let me turn this fan off. Yeah, baby, that engine nice, boy. But yeah, so yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to be an independent contractor, get my own website up and everything, and so these people are giving me an opportunity to do it. So I've been studying. I've been taking these little online classes. Because I seen where they were, needed some volunteers to be ombudsman, and I was just like, I don't really want to volunteer. I want to work for y'all. And then they was like, oh, okay, well, we don't really do that right now. And then she was like, yo, we got a spot that open up. You said you want to work. The pay is 45 a year. Listen, the average man doesn't even make that, especially the average African American. The average African American's wages are in between 28 and 42. So it automatically puts me above average, if I went ahead and worked this job. You know what I'm saying? So, and plus, I can still do my own thing. So, I'm just trying to make up my mind, because I know I'll be paying more and, light and gas and all that other stuff. But nonetheless, it'll launch my career, and that's really what I'm after. Um, I used to want to work for the government, but they won't allow me to work for them because of something on my record. So I can't work for the government. But I noticed that the government is doing a lot of contracting work. Like my sister is ex-military. My dad, my sister, my brother, my nephew, they're all ex-military, right? Or where we're all in America because of third world countries. Well, wait a minute, let me see what you're saying. Tone, did America sold this country to China? Did America? Yes, they sold a lot of the property. China owns Australia, America. They own parts of Africa now. They're the biggest landlords on the planet. Yeah, so America become a third. Well, we're not going to become a third world country until I mean, they would have to beat our army. But anyway, so uh, yeah, so I'm looking at becoming an ombudsman, and I'm just looking at the benefits of that. The benefits of me staying on disability is I do what the hell I want to do. I get up when I want to. I go to bed when I want to. I just do what I want to do, and I love that. I love the fact that nobody can tell me what to do. And my day goes like this. I wake up at like 4 in the morning. I'll look at the internet. I'll go back to sleep. I'll wake up again around 7. I'll look at the internet. Just look at my phone, look around. I'll go back to sleep. I get up around 9 and I'm up. I grab some breakfast. Oh, you guys want to talk about something else? Anyways, I grab some breakfast and I go for my walk around the corner, see if I can get some coins. Then after that, I usually am going scrapping, so I'm going around looking for scrap metal and stuff like that to pick it up and go and make $30, $40, on that day. And pretty much working, my hand on Facebook marketing, because that's where my real money comes from, when people buy items from me. So I might have to go to the storage unit, clean a refrigerator, clean the stove, yada, 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 deal with a customer, then bang, make a sale. And that's where the bulk of my, money comes from. And after I pay my rent and my bills, of course, all that money is mine. That's the good thing. So all the little extra change that I get, I don't, after about the fourth or fifth, after about the 12th, I don't have any bills. My last bill comes on the 12th. So yeah, and that's my day. And then the rest of my day, depends on how I feel. Sometimes I just stay in the house, go walking, whatever. And yeah, so I'm just deciding what I want to do now. You guys want to talk about something that we could talk about it, but not now. I'll make another video about it. But I want to tell you guys that I'm not well versed in some of the stuff that you're asking me. I think you're asking me because I'm ex-military. So if you're asking for my military opinion on something, that's fine. But mind you, I ain't been in the military since 1991, and a lot of things have changed in the military. Militarily will never touch us. They could kick us or sometime down the line. However, I was going to on disability and maybe work. Yeah, that's what I do. How about tomorrow, 8 p.m.? No, I would just get off and just come back on and talk about that, because you guys are tuning in now. But yeah, so if you guys are on disability, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you got to look at that option. Now, some people make more money than, because they paid more into disability. That's another thing. Like my sister's on disability and my brother. I make more than they do because they haven't held regular jobs that paid into the healthcare system. So they definitely have to work. You know what I mean? Me, I can go live into a 1 bedroom, whatever, and my disability money might pay for it, might, pay all the bills on that, but, you know, that's not what I want to do. I don't really want to stay on disability. I was just making comments on Kong's statement. However, I'm more interested in the current topic. Okay. Yeah, so if you're on like I said, if you're on disability, of course you got to look at your situation, how much you make, and and you have to add in I mean, if you're going to start working, my sister is on disability and she works because she let them know I'm working. And they're like, okay. I think she knocks down 30, 31 hours at, wherever she works at. And she's still on disability. That's because her disability is just not that much money. And they realize that she's going to have to work because although she got disability, she did not pay a lot into the system, and so she can't survive. She just can't sit back and do nothing. She has to go to work. You know what I mean? Now you have retirement. Most people retire at the age of 62. Or, excuse me, most people are available to retire at the age of 62. So she can keep working and then retire at the age of 62. Would you be interested in working the stocks or crypto market for side income? Also, what is the restriction while working while on disability? Well, that depends on what your situation is, once again. So you would have to inform the people with disability that you're working like a full time, or whatever it is, and then they would take that all in consideration. You know what I'm saying? My little house is not a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of money. And another thing, the way that the government looks at what you make, they look at the poverty line. So if you're making something under the poverty line, I don't even think they consider that taxable. Is actually that's really what it is. If you're under the poverty line, a lot of that stuff is not even taxable. Like I don't make money over the that puts me over the poverty line. The poverty line is different in every state. In this state, it's over $17,000. I do not make $17,000 a year. So if I, went ahead and took a job that started making 45, a year, then yeah, my life will change. Things will change for me. But like I said, a lot of the time that I have will not be mine anymore, and things will just change. I'll have to pay out of pocket for a lot of different things so I count all of that monetarily when it comes with the benefits of being on disability. But nonetheless, disability has helped me out a lot, a whole lot. So it's just there's a lot that goes into it, guys. Like I said, each different, each situation is different. Uh, what is your property line? 17,000. And what kind of job are you talking about? I'm talking about being an ombudsman. I want that light on. I'm talking about being an ombudsman. I'm taking these little one-on-one class with this. Well, I'm gonna volunteer first to see if it's what I want to do, but they offered me a job. Basically, what do they offer me to apply for it? And after Friday, I'm gonna take my little test. If I pass it, I think they're gonna offer me the job. The job is 45 a year. It's 45 a year, which is not a bad start. Yeah, it's 45 a year, which turns out to be uh, after taxes and everything about a little over $3,000 a month. So I already did some calculations. I need about $1,500 just for my bills, so that would leave me $1,500, a little around between $1,400 and $1,500 in my pocket each month. So then I take that and divide it up by three. No, it wouldn't get me hurt. That's the only reason why I'm considering it. Because basically, you drive, you go into a nursing home, you wear a badge, and you go talk to all the people inside of the nursing home, the old folk, and say, hey, how's it going? I'm your ombudsman in this region. You know, you got any issues you want to talk about? And, some of those people don't have company. So they're going to want to talk to you about whatever. And if it's a legit complaint, you go to the director and say, hey, this is a complaint. And then, you guys hash out that complaint and then boom, it's over. If the complaint continues, then there's steps that you got to take. Because you are an investigator, they know who you are when you get there. You show them your little, thing and say, hey, and then you sign in. And, well, it is therapeutic. Yeah. Yeah, it's therapeutic. Hey, man, that's a move right there. Yeah. Sacrifice for a year and stack the money. Right. Invest a few here and there, but you will always have a cushion amount to work with. Well, I already invest. I am already an avid investor. Yeah, I'm already. I started investing about 2 months ago when we got our last stimulus check. I invested the whole thing. I've got plenty of videos on it. I threw all of it in the bank, and I haven't stopped rolling since. So I am an avid investor. And I used to look at the stock market every day and see what it's doing. Now I don't even. You know, I'm starting to get the hang of it. I don't watch it every day. Every now and then, I just check my accounts and see whether it's up or down, because it'll go down and then it'll jump right back. And, you know, just seeing if they're making my accounts are making money, and yes, they are. Not a whole lot, but they're doing what they're supposed to do. And I am someone who concentrates on dividend stocks, so that's my lick right there. I like the stocks that pay. I got one that pays. Well, I have a few, but one of my favorites pays 7.8%. I have another one that pays higher than that, and I have one that pays 12% annually. So I invest in those accounts and pretty much wait quarterly for those investments to come back to me. And that's another reason why I was like, should I take this 45,000? Because I like to take a chunk of money and put it into investment just so I can get the quarterly dividend. So eventually, I don't have to go to work at all. I don't have to do anything. I don't even have to get up out of bed. I can just live off the dividend. So that is my whole strive right now. Plus, I'm older. I'm older than a lot of you guys. I'm 53. So, I'm not a huge spender or anything. That's good. I will have to check on your. Yeah, I showed my bank account and everything because I wanted people to go ahead and get into investments if you're not an investor, because it's pretty easy. And I mean, right away I started making money, and then I started losing money, and then I started making money. So, is it worth it? Absolutely. Stock market is gonna dip. That's what it does. But if you get a hold of if you get a, if you, if you get some, if you get some good MLPs, and you get some decent ETFs, you'll be straight. You know what I'm saying? You'll be good. Um, I had one that paid me 7.8%, and I had a conversation with the banker who was talking about my dividends, and I said I want to know. Uh, I was trying to figure out how the payments, not necessarily when they were coming up, but how they were split up, but it's split up quarterly. Anyways, when I had just started, I had like put $59 on a stock, and that dividend just came out, and it was like $2 and like 30 cent, and I was trying to figure out which one was it, and so basically it was I think it was my DCP midstream, but yeah, so I like the way my stocks are looking right now. Uh, I also have a few REITs. I have a VOO ETF. That's through Vanguard. And I have an MLP, which I use on Cash App. Uh, I have an MLP ETF, excuse me. I also have a REIT for real estate. So, yeah, so I am an investor. And I like to throw my little, if I have a stove or a refrigerator that I need to take up to the junkyard, like I'm avid at the junkyard now. Love going up there, man. Love taking something up to the junkyard every day because it's $30. You know what I'm saying? Take out your little gas and your little snack. It's worth it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you go up there, make a trip. You got 30, $40. One time I made one trip, I got $70 off of that one trip. And I made two trips that day. You know what I'm saying? So I drive around town looking for trash, looking for metal, and I picked up some metal today, and the guy stopped me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The dude, he seen the metal on the back of my trailer, and he seen me driving past slowly, looking at and he was like, "Yo, yo, yo," and this is the second time this happened to me. And this guy was like, "Hey, I have an air conditioning in here. It's really heavy. We don't want it. That's what you want. You want it to be heavy." He's like, "We don't want it. These guys were just fixing up a house." That guy took down my number. He said, "We get stuff all the time." He said, "I'll call you. You can come over and load up." I'm like, look at the Lord blessing. You don't, let me tell you, if you load up and you got some nice weight, I mean, you could easily do $100. Easily. You could easily fill one of these trailers up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the second time it happened. And I was around same area, not too far from my house. And the guy saw me. He saw me getting some people's stuff. And he said, "Yo, I got some stuff too, man." I said, "Okay." Went to his house, is right around the corner, threw some stuff on there, went up there, $45. I'm like, this is a full-time hustle. So, that's what I do when I'm not selling a fridge or something. I scrap. I like it. That's why I look like a bum right now. But I really, really, really enjoy scrapping because, for one, the money is immediate. Two, you make great connections. I mean, I connected with a dude who was throwing away two good stoves. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was throwing away. See who this is. Yeah, the Inspire one. He was throwing away, a whole bunch of good stuff, and I stopped him. I was like, "Yo, anything wrong with them stoves?" He was like, "No, they wanted an upgrade." I was like, "Man, if you don't pull them damn stoves up off of that truck, man, we start." I did it right there in front of and they was a little upset because they don't get the metal, but we don't care. I bring the metal all the time. Shoot, I got those. Yeah, yeah. I pulled them damn, man. We clogged up. The trucks was coming in, getting mad at us because we was in the way. But I got those two stoves, man. I already listed them. I bought two stoves for them for $70. Boom, right there. And the thing about it is, I had pretty much made $70 that day off of scrapping. So if you start doing an analysis, what they call if you start doing a financial analysis and just start looking at it, it's called a break even analysis. When you start doing that, it's just like, wait a minute, I just broke even, and and here's a kicker: if those two stoves do work, and I do sell them for $100, $200, whatever, I just made $100, you know, more off, you know what I'm saying? But these were two nice stoves. And I'm not selling those for 100 bucks. I'm hoping that they work. And even if they don't work, I can take them and scrap them, and or I can break them apart and sell them for parts. Now that's expensive. If you start busting those things up and selling them on eBay for parts, you can make a killing off of parts. Just the parts. Man, I don't have any parts. Yeah, okay, let me show y'all something. Let me show you something. This right here, y'all probably all done seen one of these. Look in your refrigerator. If you got a double door or a 3-door fridge, you got one of these in there. This is a regular milk bin. You know how much this costs? Now this is broken. This is stuff you got to go through. See this crack right here? See that crack right there? Now I can go ahead and glue that. Okay, this comes out of a 3-door fridge, right? That 3-door fridge, when it's brand new, of course, costs, $1,700, $1,800, right? I have that fridge now. I bought that fridge for $100. That fridge is on sale right now for $375. But if this wasn't cracked, and two others, if they weren't cracked, that fridge would sell for another $550. You know how much these cost? These cost $70 each. So when you buy a fridge and you look inside it and you see those cracked crates right there, you have to take a picture of it and show the people a picture of it. Okay, these are cracked. That automatically brings your price down because these are $70. $70. But if all of them are in there and it's just beautiful, you hike that price up to about $500-$600, they'll pay it. They'll pay it. All right, you guys, I gotta go. Take it easy.